this place. Fuck it.
Hello, wonderful people of YouTube. This is Cypher, and we're playing some Wasteland 3. We just survived the massacre, and we're going to our new base to meet the Patriarch.
Welcome, Rangers. You may approach the Patriot.
Three, when there were 50. Cold logic says I should turn you away. That there aren't enough of you left to do the job at hand. But that Dorsey ambush was my fault. And I owe you more than explanations and apologies. So, here's something more tangible. The Dorseys didn't just attack you. They attacked my city. This one was trying to burn down our jail. If you want some vengeance for what was done to you, he's yours.
We believe in justice, not vengeance. You should give him a trial.
How civilized. Around here, we save trials for those whose guilt is in doubt. But if that's what you want, I'll introduce him to Judge Watkins. He always follows the law. I'd like to bring all the Dorseys to justice. And maybe, with your help, I will. But for now, let me address your immediate needs. In addition to this base, and the aid I promised your general, I'll be giving you the resources to return your force to full strength. Recruiting, training, and equipping. It's not enough. I know. The men and women you lost can never be replaced, but it's what I can give you. I hope you'll accept it.
Thank you, Patriarch. We appreciate anything you can do for us.
I'm glad to find you so amenable. I hope that means we're going to get along. Now, introductions. My name is Saul Buchanan. I own Colorado, though you'll meet some who disagree. This base is your new home. From here, you'll aid my people and, more importantly, do the job I brought you here to do. Now... Yes, Joe?
Pardon, Patriarch. It's Daisy. An update on the Garden of the Gods?
All right. Sorry, Rangers. Still putting out fires. Two of my best are waiting for you inside. Darius Kwan of the Marshals and my old friend Sergei Greatsky. Go see him. I'll be in when I'm done here. Not a chance.
Welcome, Rangers. I'm Marshal Darius Kwan, and this here's Sergei Greatsky.
Good to meet you, Rangers. Glad to see some friendly faces. Been rough around here these last few days. Dorsey's attacked us too. Snuck inside Colorado Springs and killed a lot of people. Situation's under control now. Mostly.
What were the Dorseys after?
The Patriarch. Thank God they never got near him. He's the only thing keeping Colorado from tearing itself apart.
And sorry about these alarms. Something must have triggered the old security system. Trouble is, there's a bunch of angry robots guarding the computer that shuts them off. How you deal with them is your call. Your base, your rules.
Angry robots? Why are there angry robots?
Yeah, weird, huh? They weren't active when we looked the place over a few days back, but... let's talk after you kill the alarms. I can hardly hear myself think.
Alarm. I hate alarm. A warning to you, intruder. Visit a secure, full-permit facility you can be trespassing against. Give authorization or you will be prosecuted.
We're the Arizona Rangers, a successor unit of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. We are government representatives.
Please hold accessing report. Still accessing. Remain on hold. Authorization provisionally accepted. Servitors will remain watchful on you.
Eventually you query the machine for command's identity. It replies command empty or designate new command. Install yourself as command. Camera flashes above the monitor and terrible photos of your face slowly appear on the screen. Line by line. That's worse than the DMV. Command recognized. Security alert cancelled.
Well done, Rangers. Good to see the place up and running. Now, where were we? Oh, yes. The reason you're here. As you may know, I have a daughter and 2 sons. Liberty, Valor, and Victory. 2 of them conspired against me, and the 3rd blackens the Buchanan name with every breath he takes. Consequently, I banished him. They've been skulking in the shadows ever since, but lately there's been rumors that I'm on my last legs. Lies, of course, but apparently my dear children believe them, and they've started making new plans.
So you need us to round them up.
Ain't you smart? I'm not worried about my children defeating me, Rangers. They won't. Not even Liberty. What worries me is the destruction they'll wreak as they fail. They'll tear my land and my people to shreds. They'll burn everything I've accomplished to ash. That's why they have to be stopped before they can start. That's why you, Rangers, have to find them and bring them home to me ASAP.
So, the fate of Colorado is in the hands of a pyromaniac and a person whose whole life purpose is to hunt goats.
And when I say bring them home, I mean bring them home alive. They're my blood. Kill them and we'll have a problem. Do I make myself clear?
Perfectly clear.
Good. Then let me tell you where they are. Victory's holed up in Aspen. Valor's under the protection of the Gippers in Denver. And Liberty's raising an army against me somewhere out on the Eastern Plains. Anything else you need to know?
We'll need more background on your kids before we go after them.
What do you want to know?
For one thing, you must have plenty of competent people in Colorado. Why ask a lunatic and a anti-goat activist to do this?
Divided loyalty, that's why. I trust my guards, but they don't leave my side. Ever. Everybody else is making plans for when I'm gone. The 100 families, the Gippers, the Marshals, they're all out for themselves. And they know my kids would make good figureheads, give them some legitimacy. Any Coloradan I send to bring Vic, Val, and Libby back home might think they'll get a better deal elsewhere. But not you. I'm the only one who can save your people. Nobody else can get supplies to Arizona before they starve to death. That's why it's you who's doing this. You've got the only loyalty that works. The loyalty of self-interest.
What should we know about Victory?
Boy's never been right in the head. Since he was a baby, he'd torture cats, terrorize the servants, set the house on fire, and he's only got worse. The things he's done to the women he finds. Anyway, I finally had enough and put the little monster under house arrest up in Aspen. Guess they weren't prepared, because he escaped a while ago and then came back with a gang of freaks and turned the place into a slaughterhouse. Now he's on the radio, laughing about what he's gonna do to his hostages and daring me to come after him. He, claims he's captured some rangers as well.
He better not hurt those rangers.
And if he does, you're still bringing him home alive no matter what. Remember?
What kind of man is Valor?
Soft, spoiled, fiddled with computers all day instead of learning the arts of diplomacy and war. Finally packed him off when he accidentally crashed my security systems right before his sister's little coup attempt. Made him my official ambassador to the Gippers, hoping he'd do to their systems what he'd done to mine. That was a mistake. He took his revenge by convincing them to cut off oil shipments to my city. No oil means no heat, no light, and no food for my people. So getting Valor back and resuming oil shipments from the Gippers has to happen now.
Who are the Gippers?
Crazy cultists. Worship an old U.S. president as a god. Trouble is, they're the only ones who know how to refine oil anymore, so we gotta play nice.
Tell us about Liberty.
Liberty's got more brains and cunning than both her brothers put together. She's the only one who could actually run Colorado. Problem is, she'd run it as a goddamn slave state. Everyone in chains, everyone working for her. Wouldn't worry about her for now, though. Best to wait until you got a little more firepower. She's gonna be well protected.
You're expecting her to try to usurp you?
She's already tried once. Got all the way to the palace steps before we chased her off. She's been licking her wounds out east ever since.
Thanks for the info. We'll do our best with them.
You'd better. Anything else?
We have a few things we'd like to ask about the Dorseys and the ambush.
Uh-huh.
Who are the Dorseys?
The last dregs of a treacherous family. Thought I'd wiped them out years ago, but... mistakes linger, Rangers. I know that better than most.
Do you think Vic, Val, or Liberty were behind the attack on our convoy?
Possibly. But I know the Dorseys from the old days. They don't take orders well. Then again, I wouldn't have guessed they'd have the guts to attack both you and Colorado Springs at the same time. So somebody put some fire in them.
Why do you say the ambush was your fault?
My staff and I coordinated the details of your arrival using coded transmissions on radio frequencies we thought were secure. Obviously, they were not. And you paid for it. I take full responsibility.
Alright, enough about the Dorseys.
Good. What else do you need?
You've been very generous already, but after all we've lost, there are a few things we could use here and now.
Name them.
We weren't able to salvage much armor after the attack. If you could find us some protective gear, we would be grateful.
Good call. You'll need it. I'll have Joe send you a few things once we get back to Broadmoor Heights.
Thank you for the briefing, Patriarch.
Of course. Now, if you want a chance to impress me and maybe get a little payback, that call I got outside was from Sheriff Daisy, the head of the marshals in Colorado Springs. She's having trouble rousting some Dorseys who have been holed up in the Garden of the Gods since their raid fell apart. Why don't you go give her a hand? Show us what the Rangers can do.
Sir, yes, sir.
That's what I like to hear. I expect great things from you, Rangers. Do good work. All right, let's move out.
All in all, it seems like a relatively reasonable case. Albeit though there are several features that should be of concern. Main one being his whole attitude about Colorado. Anybody who starts using words like own, am I, starts to get me a little concerned. But the truth of the matter is, we'll have to play this carefully.
Rangers.
Our goal is
Come
not
talk
to
me when
conquer
you've got 'em.
Colorado.
Want to discuss Good job, Rangers. Nice to be able to hear ourselves think again. And now that it's quiet enough to talk, let me reintroduce you to the great Sergei Greatsky, who's going to be helping you with personnel.
Hi again, Rangers. Damn sorry about your people. But now that you're here, we'll do what we can to get you back on your feet and find you some new recruits, just like the Patriarch promised you. And I already got you one of the best. Meet Marcelo Gonzalez, electronics wizard, radio technician, and former dispatcher for the Marshals. He'll be your radio operator.
Howdy, Rangers. While you were dealing with the alarms, I took the liberty of installing a combat AI in your vehicle. Should help you out. If you want to chat, I'll be in the operations room getting things up and running.
Should be more recruits arriving soon. Ready to tell me how you want to fill out your squad?
Show us who you got lined up.
My advice is to put together a squad with complementary skills. Nobody can be great at everything. So, pick recruits who are good at things your current team isn't. And you can always round out your squad with folks you meet along the way. Keep that in mind when you're choosing from the recruits I've rounded up.
Okay, well we have two major gaps in our lineup. The main gap being we're lacking defense. Now there's not a real tanking system to get to draw targets, but there is this skill, tender love and care, It's amazing what armor can do when you fix the bullet holes once in a while. Which helps boost the armor of the whole team. But even maxing out intelligence at our level, we are still 4, about 9 skill points away from unlocking it. An interesting problem. Okay, let's see here. Strength will help boost defense by boosting health. While speed would allow... I think that'll work as a start. Make him a melee specialist. Okay. Armor modding. Explosives, weird science, animal whisperer. I'm thinking explosives. That looks good. Oops, wrong button. Looks good. Blade. Or blunt weapon. It doesn't get more basic than hitting people with a stick, or more satisfying. Blunt weapons deal heavy damage to enemies and heavy armor, and with a little training, you can stun them too. So that gives him a bit of a CC. Sounds like a good tanking skill. Now appearance. Definitely not Vulcan or Salamander. Hammer. Now, what is your ideal background? Lethal weapon.
Here they...
Look, you wanna...
Damn.
They see
Enemy.
this is
New targets.
That's wrong.
here comes the
A salamander should
They saw
be
Shoot!
nice and
He saw
kind.
us.
Here,
Here they come.
get ready.
We're in it now!
Spotted.
Here they come.
We're in it now!
There we go. Work. Boot bag might be useful. Or medical marvel. Well, he's already maxed out on, well, pretty high on health. And we'll need it to be able to pick him up again after or each hit. So boot bag might actually be a more tanky option. Hits are just part of life. The important thing after you get hit is that how you pivot on your weighted base and rotate back up again. Armor +6, combat speed minus 0.4 tenth. I like that more. Albeit though, Pyromaniac might be a bit more accurate for a salamander. Looks good. Now, our next big hole is we need somebody to open doors.
Get ready.
Here they...
Oh, are we going?
If you...
Damn, shit just got real.
Let's see here. If his job is going to be opening doors, levels will be the most important. So, bookworm. Now, what kind of appearance do I want to give him? There we go. King Mullet. Okay, I'm liking the whole Lions made. Okay. about jacket? Talk about being well insulated. Okay. All joking aside. Scout vest. Scout pants. Armor color. There we go. Starting weapon. Okay, we have our 2 heavy support weapons. We have a melee weapon. I'm thinking pistol here. Now skills. Lockpicking, nerd stuff. There we go. I think that's good. Okay. Coordination, luck, awareness. There we go. Intelligence has proven to be more important than awareness because it is the corresponding skill that improves hit chance the most. So proportionally, that's more important. Add a little bit more survival. One more lockpicking. There we go. Now work. I'm thinking Poindexter because if his whole job is to open things up, he's a skill dependent that character, so this boosts skills. There we go. Albeit though, Prospector can be fun, which gives us a random chance to get gold every time we dig a hole. That can be useful. Ring in blood will match the whole Viking egg hairdo. Nah, prospector. Confirm. Okay, so our lineup: Cypher on the sniper rifle, Hawk rocking the big guns, Hammer on the blood instrument, and Armin is with the pistol. Looks good. Looks good.
Listen, I can get you all the fighting troops you need. But if you meet any talented people in your travels, don't hesitate to sign them up. Now that we've got that sorted, let's talk about the next steps. Now, you're the boss here, so I'm not going to tell you what to do, but getting this place up and running wouldn't be a bad place to start. That means surveying the base and finding specialists to staff it.
Surveying the base sounds good.
Perfect. That'll give you a chance to see if any of the junk around here is worth keeping before I toss it all out. After that, you might want to give Sheriff Daisy a hand. If you impress her, maybe she'll hook you up with some specialists for the base. Anyway, your call. Colorado Springs is straight out the main gate. If you want to go to Denver or Aspen, just hop back in your car and go out the way you came in.
We got a few more questions. Can you and Quan tell us more about yourselves?
Well...
Well, Sergey won't blow his own horn, so I'll do it for him. He's Colorado's greatest war hero. Fought by the Patriarch's side from the beginning and saved the old man's life about 100 times, right, Sergey?
75. Tops. Now, let me tell you about Mr. Slick here. Nobody knows the streets and alleys of Colorado Springs, or the people that live there, better than dashing Darius Quan.
You're too kind, Sergey.
You two volunteered for this?
Yeah, I was getting a little itchy doing the same old in the marshals.
And retirement was driving me stir-crazy. Just sitting around listening to the paint peel. I jumped at the chance to help you folks out.
You both seem awful eager to help a group of unknown outsiders. Why are you really here?
It's no lie that I've been looking to leave the marshals, but you're right. That's not the whole story. The Patriarch asked me to keep an eye on you, so here I am.
And I am truly sick of retirement. But, yeah, I'm doing the Patriarch a favor too.
So you're spies.
Let's say liaisons. The Patriarch wants you to succeed, and he knows it's not going to be easy. You're strangers in a strange land.
You don't know the politics. You don't know the personalities. Who hates who? Where the bodies are buried.
That's where we come in. We're here to make sure you don't make too many rookie mistakes, step on the wrong toes. And yeah, we're supposed to report back to the Patriarch about how you're doing. But you didn't really expect to be left completely to your own devices, did you?
What was the deal with the alarms and the robots?
Not sure exactly. We came by a week and a half ago and it was stone quiet.
We were gonna get the place cleaned up before you got here. But then the Dorseys attacked the city, so it got put on the back burner.
Something must have triggered the security systems between then and now. Could have been anything.
How long has this place been abandoned?
Patriarch chased out the last big gang maybe 10 years back. Before that, all kinds of bandits, militias, and cults have lived here since the deluge.
Recently, it's been mostly outlaws and refugees. We should check around to see if there are any current occupants.
Could be what set off the alarms.
What's the deluge? We've been hearing that word a lot.
Around these parts, we call the nuclear apocalypse the deluge of fire, because, well, that's what it was.
Noah's flood was the deluge of water. The nukes were the deluge of fire.
And behold, I will destroy the earth again, but not with water, but with fire. Not a single blade of glass will survive. I believe that's somewhere in there. That's all the questions we have for now.
One sec. Forgive me for saying so, but I'm guessing you folks are gonna need as much help in the field as you will here in HQ. So, what if I joined your squad? At least until you find your feet.
What do you have to offer us?
Well, I know this city like the back of my hand. And this city knows me. My time in the Marshals means I've got connections and trusted informants everywhere. Plus, I'm a sure shot and a decent scrapper. And, though it hurts my civic pride to say it, there are places around here where those things might come in handy.
Thanks, we can use the help.
Great. I'm at your disposal. Lead the way.
Let's start looking for anything of value. We turn Hammer into basically a walking tank. Now if we can get more armor.
Pretty grand in here. Maybe you can make it your trophy hall, museum or something. Or a handball court.
Okay, got two Razorbacks, needed to deal with them. Precision strike. Headshot. There we go. Okay. Big guy. Post up. Defend. Nope. That's ambush. Oops. Okay. Artemis, find a good spot and hunker down. Hunker down.
Something ain't right.
bush. There we go. Okay, what is this status effect on hammer? Poison, healing bonus, minus 50%. Minus 5% con per turn. Okay, let's keep an eye on him to make sure he doesn't keel over. Okay. I think with this team tested, so far so good. I'm going to be, I hope I earn your subscription and your like and comment, and I hope you have a good week.